All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome to week 4 of Ladder to Lead. And I'm so happy that everybody for showing up for week 4. And thank you for excusing my absence. Last week, I was out of town. We went to see my oldest son graduate from Army basic training. So we didn't get in till late. And then I came down with like a cold or something. So I was under the weather. So thank you to Michelle for taking the lead and running with that. Appreciate y'all for showing up, and we have lots of more good content for you tonight and next week. And we're going to kind of be sad, so we're going to have to find out another reason to still kind of get together and meet and chat with you guys, because we're going to be sad. We're not going to know what to do with ourselves on Thursday night. So
Maybe once a month we can come in here and do something once a month.
That's a great idea. Sounds good to me. So before we dive deep into it, I don't know if y'all did it last week, but we're going to pray just real quick, just a little simple prayer. So, Lord, thank you for tonight and bringing all these ladies together tonight. And we just ask that you just be with us and bring us closer together and let us learn something and get out of our comfort zone. And Lord, bless everyone here and their businesses and their families. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So I'm gonna let Michelle put slides up.
Got it. I am ready. Look at me, how prepared I
am. All right. So let's put the chat down here. All right. So on this, we're just going to review. Now, I'm going to open this up to anybody who would like to share, want to talk, or anything like that, or put it in the chat. If you've been doing your 5x5, because Michelle talked about that last week, and we won't anybody posted them in the group yet, but you can still do that. Let us know pros and cons, what you think. Obviously 1 week is probably not enough time to know whether it's going to work for you or not. I would say give it at least a month or 2, maybe even 3 months to kind of see if it's going to work for you. But I've done it before. I got out of and we'll get back into do it because it hold me accountable. So it's all right, friends. So you can start this week. And I actually posted, if you guys don't know, in the guides, there's guides in the Ladder to Lead group on Facebook, and we're putting the recording in there, and it's divided by the weeks, and any documents that we share or links, we're putting it under each guide. So I posted 2. That is the one Michelle shared with you guys originally last week. And then I posted the one I created last year or earlier. I think it was last year when me and Michelle did another training together. And this one's kind of weekly. Hers is more like daily, but you can use both. So if you forgot, I got a possible 2 new teamies tomorrow. That is awesome. Awesome. Who did we say iPhone was?
iPhone is Nikki.
Nikki, congrats, Nikki. You're going to have to keep us posted. Share in the group about your conversations that you're having with them. Did your 5x5 plan help you? What has helped you? We would love to know that, and everybody else would too. And Gail is going to start tomorrow. So I'll keep y'all posted too. I'm getting back on it. Y'all are making me do it. So pick one or make your own and share what you're using. I didn't fill out the sheet. Sweet. Whatever works for you. Take a picture, share how you're working in the group. I love that y'all are working and y'all are having those conversations. That is awesome, because that is what we're here for.
I even said last week, if you don't want to do the sheets, get a notebook and do like a sheet a day, write it down. This is my 5 that I've talked to. This is my, and make it like a designated 5x5 notebook.
I go through so many notebooks. I just picked up 2 more today that were on clearance at Walmart. They were like $1 or something, or 75 cents. But I go through notebooks like nobody's business. But I don't throw them away either. I keep them, and I'll have like boxes probably. But okay, so again, the templates are in there, but let us know else. Post it in there too. So what may work for you may work for somebody else. So we would actually love to see what you guys are doing. Okay, so you did do it, Fran. Sweet. Good deal. So as long as you're keeping track of it and knowing who you're talking to, and you're being intentional about having those daily conversations, doing things daily, weekly, then and you're holding yourself accountable, and you're being that one word, consistent. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next slide, Michelle. All right. So sustaining your business. I'm not going to read this word for word. Y'all can read what is on the slide. But one thing I was telling Michelle, I'm going back to a happy planner next year. I chose a different planner this year and had a separate binder. And I don't like having them separate. I like having them in one location. And I'm going to go back to that. So I'm looking at my notes over here. So what do you guys use? Tell us in the chat. What do you use to stay organized as far as the calendar? Do you like paper? Of course, I am pen and paper. I like to have a physical planner, but I also do have to, for my husband's sake and my oldest, we share a calendar in my phone, and I plug stuff in there too. But even like things like tonight, these trainings, you've got it on here. Fundraisers, team things like meetings and stuff. I put that in my calendar. Like tonight is in the family calendar, so my husband can see it as well, and it's in purple, obviously, Scentsy purple. And I also use a purple pen for anything I put in my paper calendar or planner too. But one thing I like to say to kind of definitely sum up this: you fail to plan. I'm sorry. Yeah, you fail to plan, you're going to plan to fail. So regardless of whether it's booking parties and filling up your calendar with parties, sniff sessions, fundraisers, events, whatever, if you're not filling it up and if you're not trying and you're not planning, it's not going to happen. I feel like you put yourself out there, you have to work at it and get it filled up. It's not going to fill up itself. You have to put a little bit of legwork into it. Even when it comes to content, scheduling posts in like your VIP group, or if you have a team group or team page, scheduling posts in there, take advantage of that tool. I know Michelle probably shares content calendars that other consultants make. I know I do with my team, and it kind of breaks it down. Something simple as on Wednesday with box, or Wax Wednesday, that kind of thing. That is some way to fill up your calendar and, have those plans set for what is going to be done this day. That let's see. And also these 5x5, that helps fill up your calendar, because as you're having these conversations daily with multiple people, you're going to get new teamies, or you're going to get a new customer, or you're going to get a party booked or a fundraiser. They may know somebody, because somebody knows somebody who knows. It's important to have these relationships and be building and have these intentional things as far as being organized, planning, and filling up your calendar. Michelle, do you want to add anything?
No, it's just like, especially now in this season, whenever you have so many things going, if you have so many online parties going, or if you have grab bags out or anything like that, you have to be organized, because if you don't, then you're not going to know who I dropped my grab bag with off 2 weeks ago and who I'm going to be following up with. You need to write those down to where okay, I got to post in this party. I got to post in this party. Even if you post the same thing, you need to have a list of everything that you're doing and keeping it very organized. So it looks like you're just running a smooth sailing ship, that it's going to get there. It's going to get done, because people want to join you if they don't think it's hard to do. Okay. If you're looking at it and you're like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out. I got these parties online. I got these grab bags I got to go get. I got to deliver these. I got to box these. If you're going to make it look like a madhouse and something that just stresses you out, even though it's fun and you smell good and everything else, if you make it look like it is a scramble or something hard to do, they're not going to want to have any part of that. But if you make it look like, oh my God, she did this in like 30 minutes. Okay. All right. I can do this in 30 minutes. I can do the same thing in 30 minutes, So, I mean, that's what your hosts are looking at. Your hosts are looking at you to see if maybe they could do this business, okay? And if maybe it's something that they can add to their plate, okay? Their plate might already be full. That's why they just wanted to have a party. But if you make it to where they know that it's really easy to do and it's organized and everything, then that will put that little seed in their mind. Well, guy, if Anna can do this and she, she only takes 30 minutes a day to run her business, then, that's very good. So that's the way you got to make sure it's really easy for somebody to replicate. If my internet messed up.
There you are.
Sorry, I literally hate Spectrum. If I could,
that's all right.
If I would. Sorry. I shouldn't put that on there, but it is the truth. They are the epitome of the pain in my side. So hopefully you guys heard that. But I was just saying it's imperative that if somebody wants to do what you're doing, you have to make it look like it's inviting to them. So if you're frazzled and you're scatterbrained and I can't get to you today because I got so much to do here, then that's just going to be a turnoff to them. So just make sure that you make it look fun, because it is fun. If you're organized, it's going to be fun. Okay, definitely. All right, hold on. Let me get back to sharing my screen. All right, hold on. Nope. Is this where we were? Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. So, and then this last thing on here, attract bookings to your calendar. And Michelle's going to talk about a booking tree or the booking ring, but referrals, I mentioned this earlier. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody. And I have not been shy about asking my people if they say that they don't want to order, they're fine. I'll be like, do you know anybody else? Or if when it comes to joining, if they don't want to join, do you know anybody? Especially when it comes to my host, whether it's a bag party, in-home party, whatever, online, I'm going to ask them, do you know somebody? Because we've unlocked that kit for their party. If they don't want to do it, they know somebody. And offering like incentive prizes or incentives for them to book a party or join or whatever. But of course, remember that has to be done privately. We can't do that publicly because it would have to be Cincy wide if they were offering something. But if you're offering to do something for them, give away a prize or something, even if it's with your free and half off, you got to do that privately. Cannot do that publicly. But Michelle's going to talk about the booking trigger booking ring.
Okay, so this has been in the past. If you search for booking ring in our group, you're going to see this. So this is just a little ring full of scent circles, if you can see that. And then on each scent circle, there is a date and a time on there that you are free. Okay. You can show those in your VIP group. You can say, pick a scent circle with a date and time, and you get to keep that scent circle. Wendy Newgas showed me this years ago. It's a party tree. And on the party tree thing, it just says, take a time and the scent circle is yours. And what you do is you just take a scent circle and hold on, let me get scent circle. See it. Should have had this out, but it's okay. So you take a scent circle, gonna have the time and date on it right here, and you just kind of stick it in your tree. And then people just will come by and they will pick a scent circle with the date and time that they want to host their party. And once you get your booking tree done, then, you can just start a new one, or you can do the little booking ring that has all the different things on there. And they choose which one they want, and then they get that actual scent circle. Wendy does that at all of her like home parties or events or something like that. You can always put those out there and see if you can't get some extra bookings done like that. Just something fun, different.
Yeah. I want to read, somebody said, so they use the Notes app on their phone a lot. However, one of the reasons I probably haven't been successful is because I haven't had a calendar. So I have a little planner I'm using now, and I know for the new year coming up, I'm investing in a better system. That is really, really good. I am proud of you. We're proud of you for doing that. Yes. I mean, like I said, I use multiple things. I have the calendar for my husband on my phone so we can keep up with that. And, you know, he's a pastor, so we have ministry calendar on there, but I'm a pen and paper person. And you might find, like you're finding, you have the small calendar. And then you're going to go to a better system. There's no right or wrong system. What works for you is what works for you. And sometimes I think if you have to give it a month to 3 months, I think a good solid go with different systems to see if it's going to work for you. And if it doesn't work, toss it, try something else. Just like Michelle shared, if you try the booking ring or the booking tree, it didn't work for you, find something else. So I mean, even places, big businesses like Walmart or whatever, if something doesn't work, they're going to toss it and they're going to try something else. So don't feel bad if something didn't work, but all you got to do is do something and try. So way to go. Proud of you for doing that. All right, next slide. Oh, okay. I don't know. Let me flip my notes here. So just like gaining customers, to get new teamies, you want them to what? Know, like, and trust you, right? Like I said, with customers, if they don't get to know us, if we're not sharing other parts of our lives, not just sharing Scentsy flyers and Scentsy, if they're not getting to know our family, what we like through whether sharing with our stories and when we go live or sharing photos or whatever, they are not going to want to buy from us, because once they get to know us, they're going to find out if they do like us. And do they trust you? And this is why it's another good reason why I like to recruit some of my best customers. And you might like that too, because they already know, like, and trust us. So it's kind of easier to convert them over to new teamies. But it's the same thing when it comes to trying to build your team. You want them to know, like, and trust you. And you're going to set the comfort tone and how you feel, because you're building these relationships, and you're not going to be able to have the same conversation with everybody. And we want to do more listening. We don't want to word vomit, of course, because I still have, even after 6+ years, it's hard for me to want to just blah, 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 because I love Scentsy. Me and Michelle eat, sleep, and dream Scentsy all the time. We live it, we breathe it, and we could just word vomit about all the things it's done for us. But we have to scale back, not scare them off, and kind of let them talk and say, if they come to you and they're like, I'm interested in this join special this month, and you could be like, okay, what questions do you have? Why do you want to do this? And just go from there and build that relationship, because we want to make this about them and not about us. Yes, we may be getting something out of it, the growing our team, incentive points, whatever, but it needs to be about them. That is very, very, very important. Having a servant's heart and wanting for other people and not selfish reasons. Let me look at my notes. Being a problem solver and finding solutions. Again, it goes hand in hand, even as selling to our customers and trying to get new customers. Like if somebody has a problem, let's see, laundry, sticky laundry, we have laundry stuff for them. We have a solution. They have a problem and we have the solution. Same thing for a team. If you have somebody who is out on maternity leave and they're not getting paid, they have a problem, you have a solution. You have a business for them to have while they're out with a baby or while they're pregnant before they go out. Just find out what their problem is and find a solution and how it can be a blessing to them. Let's see. For example, like I have had 5 new teams this month, which I'm still mind blown. Now, 2 of them just wanted the tree. Let's be honest. They wanted the tree. But I do foresee them work in their business, because one has never bought from me before, ever. Actually 2 of them. One heads up an event that I'm doing next month. And so I was kind of like, she might be wanting to take over an event next year, but I don't think so. So she's just going to buy from herself. Another one, she hardly ever posts on social media. We've had maybe like one run in years ago, which goes to show you people are always watching you. And again, know, like, and trust. There's something I did that she knew, and she follows me. She knows I'm serious. She could trust me, and she wanted to join under me. So, and then also to the servant heart and making it about them. One of my teamies, she did a bag party, and she was awesome at it, because we all know when you're doing a bag party, it's like being the consultant. It's not me doing all the work in a Facebook party or home party. She had the bag for 2 weeks. She was out there hustling, and she got all the orders. She did 1,000 plus, and I flipped that PRV to her. That would be very selfish of me to keep that when she earned it. So making it about them and blessing them. Let's see. That's what all the notes I got. Let me go back over here. Michelle, you want to add anything?
Just about how you can add value to their life through Scentsy. If you find out like getting to know them, talk to them, see, you know, like Anna said, they might be on maternity leave coming up soon, or they might you know, they might have just had a baby or something and money's tight right now, or you know, they might have even lost their job. A lot of people, you know, are struggling right now. To everything's gone up, all the groceries have gone up, you know. So talk to them and find out what's going on in their life before you say, oh God, you should just join Scentsy and sell Scentsy and that'll solve all your problems. Well, no, it's going to help them. Yes, it'll help them, but you got to see how it can add value to their life. Then you have to validate them. Okay, it's not like you're just going to pounce on them and say, oh God, I got a team meet. Now I'm getting ready to promote the lead and I'm going to get that $200 bonus. No way, man. You have got, everybody you sponsor is not going to work. Okay, remember that. Everybody you sponsor is not going to work. There are going to be some that just say like, you know, it'll probably take me a year to get certified. And you know what? I was that person. It took me forever to get certified. Okay. I was not the person that came running out like Anna's person and had, you know, a bag for 2 weeks and bam, when she joined, she was certified because she got all those orders. That was not me. That was not me at all. And I mean, so you're going to have people like that, but you have to validate them. You have to offer them solutions. You have to say, okay, if this is the pace that you want to go at, then I'm there for you. Okay. I'm there for you. And what do? You sponsor somebody else, and then you sponsor somebody else, and then you sponsor somebody else. You keep sponsoring somebody until you get to where you want to be. You don't never, ever, ever stop sponsoring somebody. I don't care if you are a superstar director, very top of the company, your continuation in this business is crucial that you sponsor people continuously. Okay. Because you're going to have people fall off. Last year, I had almost 700 people in my group. I'm down to 201. Okay. So you're going to have people that are going to fall off, but you are also going to have people that are going to come on, because we've had a lot of people sponsor this month and a lot of new teamies that have come this month. So it's like a give and take kind of thing, but you can't, you have to work with them and you have to work at their pace. That's why it's really important to get to know them. Don't expect that, okay, they joined, why aren't you working? Why aren't you doing anything? Well, they might not be able to do anything. They wanted to join because they want to get that tree, but they might not be able to do anything because they have something going on in their life right now. And it'll probably be January before they can actually start working their business. If you don't get to know them and you get frustrated with them just because they're not working and they're not doing what you want them to do in their business, then, you know, you can't be like that. You need to be the one that is there to validate them, to serve them, to help them, and to understand what they want out of this business that they did join. I want to retire. I will retire in this business. So this business is my family's livelihood. This is our life. You know, this might not be somebody's life you know, they might just be like, okay, well, I'm going to get active and, you know, maybe January or February or whatever, I'll get active and I'll be okay. You have people like that. It takes all kinds of us. Okay. Every single one of us, it takes all kinds of us, but you got to ask them what they expect out of their business. Okay. I know Fran and I were talking last week when she got a couple of new teamies this month, and she asked them, you know, are you, because she wanted to bless somebody with a kit, but she literally, and there's nothing wrong with this, are you going to work your business and let me help you if I bless you with this kit? Now, it's one thing if they buy the kit and they're spending their money to get the kit, but if you are blessing them and giving them the kit for $0 out of their pocket, then it is okay for you to ask them, okay, before we do this, let's talk about how you're going to run this business. Let's talk about Scentsy, how it's going to add value to your life. Find out what they need it to do in order to get them to where they want to be. Why do they want this business? Okay. And I mean, if they're kidnappers, then let them host a party and get their own kit. Okay. If they're kidnappers and they say, well, I just really want the kit. Okay, well, then let's host a party for you and I'll keep that party open long enough for you to go ahead and get that kit. But you want to bless somebody with a kit that you can dive deep into and say, okay, I'm willing to work with you. Tell me what you want out of this business so I can be a servant to you and help you do what you want to do. I want this to be something that's going to add value to your life, not just something that, you know, and sometimes you can do it and it's not going to work. Sometimes it's just not their thing, and that's okay. But you're going to give it a great effort and you're going to find out what they want before you bless them with that. Okay. All right.
And I was gonna kind of come back around to one of my teamie that joined with the bag party, the $1,000, the rock star. After her first few days, I already knew. I was like, okay, she's something special. Like I said, she's a rock star. She's crushing this because she is doing my job with the bag. You know, I'm not having to do anything. So I kind of mentioned it, put the little, you know, bug in her ear about, girl, you should do this. And she was like, yeah, okay, we'll talk about that later. So I put it on the back burner, let it simmer, okay? And then we, you know, I brought it up before the end and I was texting Michelle. I was like, I'm going to lay it on out there and how much she could make back off of this. And when she hit that $1,000, and I was like, this is what you're going to, you know, I was texting her. I was like, I just laid it out. I was like, if you join, you could get your kit for free because she had all that that credit. I said, still get the rest of your rewards. This is the check you're going to make because you're going to hit shooting star. You're going to hit certified and you're going to get incentive points and you're going to bring home this check automatic. That money was like, what? So it clicked. So you kind of have to lay it out there, but I didn't like bother her every day and like, you want to do it? You want to do it? She kind of had some interest and I put it on the back burner. I was like, I'll get her before we close the party out. And she hustled and that intrigued her because she's young and $250 is a lot of money. I mean, it is to me. It's a lot of money. So that talks to people and that is a blessing to people. But I didn't push. It says, do not push. You can dangle it. I dangled it. She kind of took the bait and then I waited and then I talked about it again. And also says on the slide, a no now is not going to be a no forever. You never know when their situation is going to change. So all you can do is plant the seed. You can come back and water it. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to read the comments. Okay. All right. You done with this slide? You want to go to the next one?
Yep. Anybody have any questions before we go on? Anybody want to ask anything about this or any of that?
Yeah, y'all feel free. This is open. So if y'all want to you want to unmute or you want to type in the chat. This is for y'all.
Yep.
Okay, and so I've kind of already went over some of this. Trust is very, very important. And we talked about problems and you finding a solution for it. And I said earlier, and I told Gail in the chat about people are always watching. So do they see you? Are you consistently posting? Or what social media platforms are you on? Are you being consistent on all of those? I love stories. That's my favorite thing, and it's automatic. It's going to post from Instagram to Facebook. I love stories and stay up for 24 hours. Short clips. You can post pictures, videos, do fun filters, whatever you want to do. I love stories. Going live, like Michelle was saying, I've seen Gail go live. So do people see you? And then when they see you, what are they seeing? Are you enthusiastic about your business? You make it, like Michelle said, look easy and that people would want to do it. Are you talking about your team? Do they want to be mentored by you? I mean, would they want to be on your team? And a very important question, would you join you on this journey? So regardless of whether, I know some people, have sponsoring horror stories, but be who you would want to join under. Was your sponsor not who you wanted them to be? We'll change that. You have a way to change that and trickle that down to your team so that your team can sponsor in the way that they should be sponsoring. So do they see you and what are they seeing? So we have to be very mindful of, how we're sharing, how we're posting and that kind of thing. And would you join you? That's a very, very powerful question. So go ahead.
Another thing is, when you're building a team, your team begins when you sponsor the first person. It is up to you to build the culture that you want in your team from that point on. If your sponsor or somebody that you have above you did not do like you wanted them to do, or that was not the culture that you wanted, or that's their team. Okay, that's their team. That's the way they built their team. That's the way they started their team. But you, as an independent business owner that is the CEO of your company, like we talk about, and you are hiring people in your company, it's up to you to build the culture that you want inside of your business. Okay, so you just remember that. If it was horror stories and all you heard was bad stuff about, this person's sponsor and this person's sponsor, or I don't even know who my sponsor is anymore, and all this other stuff, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because your business starts with you. Okay, when you sponsor one person or you hire one person for your business and you're the CEO of your business, it's your responsibility to build the culture that you want from that day on. Okay, and that's the way I did it. When I first sponsored my very first person, Scented Shells was born. I started a team name. I started a team group. There was only 2 of us, but we had a business and we were running a business. And that's the way that the culture has sustained inside of my business through all of the ups of the 700 people and all the downs to the 200 people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everybody is in Scented Shells because I said yes and clicked that join button. Okay, every one of you. Y'all might have a different sponsor. You might have a different person that, is brought you into this business or whatever, but they brought you into the culture of Scented Shells. And they brought in, same goes to Anna's team, I'm sure, Scented by Faith. You were brought into that team, into that culture. So you need to remember that. And the way you run your business is the way you hope that they would run their business. Okay. And that what they're learning from you is going to trickle down into the kind of business that they want to start for them own selves, or you want to start for your own self. I just want to throw that in there a little bit.
Yeah. And again, I already said it before. It is not about you. Same thing when I'm going to say for any parents out there. I mean, once you have a child, it's not about you anymore. It's about them. You have to take care of them. You're responsible for somebody in the same way as we're responsible for our team to an extent, because we have to show them the way, but they are responsible for their own business as well. But I mean, it says it is not scary, but I can see how it could be. But growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. So if you're kind of scared and you're overthinking something about being a leader and being a sponsor, that's a good thing because that means you're going to grow and you are growing. So, what is something that you are oh so scared of? Tell us in the chat. And then tell us, like, would you try it? Would you do it? Because most of the time, once we get over that hump and we've done it, whether bungee jumping, once you've done it, it really wasn't that bad. And you're probably going to want to go do it again. Not me, though. I'm not bungee jumping. That was just an example. Not me.
I'm so scared of is heights. I am terrified of heights. I don't know why. I've never fallen. I mean, I've never fallen off of anything, but I am terrified of heights. Like, don't get me to climb a ladder. I ain't gonna climb a ladder. I mean, I'll go up high. Like, okay, when we went to Carowinds at Cincy Family Reunion, I love the swings. Okay, if I feel like I'm secure, if I'm sitting down or if I'm standing on something, and I don't have to like feel like there's nothing holding me up, you know, like if I'm up on a tower or something like that, or on a ladder or something. No way, man, not doing it. I will pure out, probably vomit and everything else. Can't do it, you know. But like to get me up inside of the swings and I'm going around, you know, I had to convince all the girls that were with us at Carowinds to go up that tower thing that like went out and then the swings went around. You know, they were like, I'm not doing that. I was like, well, I'm doing it. I don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm doing it. But riding a roller coaster, I'm not gonna ride a roller coaster that goes upside down either. So I mean, you know, that's just me. If it's a regular roller coaster, okay, I'll ride it. But if it goes upside down, absolutely not. Or corkscrew, not doing that. So scared of that, not doing it. No way.
We got some said they're scared of swimming. Nope, they ain't gonna do it. Somebody else said heights as well. I'm gonna go for, I mean, none of y'all knew me pre-Cincy, obviously, but you would have caught me doing this at all. You wouldn't have caught me in front of a crowd talking, public speaking. You can forget it. I had to do speech in college. That was about as far as that went, and I was probably terrified. So I remember the first time I went live when I joined and unboxed my kit, and I was terrified. And I probably had to change my clothes after I probably sweated this. So definitely all that. So it's not really the swimming, it's the sticking my head underwater. Gotcha. Understand. But so when you do things, we know it's not going to kill you unless you'll try bungee jumping. I don't know. We're not going to do that. Even though we think it's going to kill us, but we have to have the confidence. Okay. Be strong, just lead and help your people, help your team. And I mean, you don't have to babysit them like it says. You do not have to babysit them, but take care of them and show them how you're working, show them how to work their business, and they're going to grow the confidence because they see you having confidence. So, yeah, like I said, it's just a trickle effect. Michelle, you want to add anything?
No, just like you said, going live, the more you do it and the more you do trainings for your people, the easier it is, the easier it'll get. Doing lives, like if you already have a team and you have a team page, or even if you just have like a texting group or whatever, you know, just hearing your voice say, hey, I was doing this today. I was making felt samples today and I did these labels and I thought you guys might want to see these labels or something like that. You know, just show them how you're working, but it's the confidence that you exude out of your being that lets them know, okay, well, I can do this too. I can do this too, you know. So they have to see you and they have to like just go live on your page or just, you know, do something. If it scares the life out of you, then don't think about it as that. Just think about it as like somebody's in the room and you're just talking to them. Just sit your phone over there and, you know, they'll never know what you're doing, and unbox something that you're getting. We all get Scentsy orders in. They don't have to be yours. I did not get the Mickey Mouse pumpkin ear thing. I really wanted it, but I didn't have the money to get it. But one of my customers ordered it. So whenever it came in, I unboxed it carefully and I took it out and I did a YouTube video with it. They didn't know it wasn't mine. Did a YouTube video with it, put it right back up in there and boxed it back up and delivered it to my customer that night, you know. But I mean, just they don't have to know it. And if you don't want to do it live in front of a bunch of people, just you know, record a video. And if you record a video, then all you got to do is upload that. So that you're not live in front of anybody. You're just in front of your phone and you're recording a video, and then just upload that for your team, or, you know, share something that you're doing or how you're working your business with them or whatever. So, but just the more you do it, the easier it'll become.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. One more, I think, here. If I can get it to work. That's one we already did, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's week 5. So that was it then. Oh, there it is. There it is.
There we go. All right. So taking the next step. All right. So what are we going to do? Some of you said you already actually did it. You might have did it on notebook paper. We're going to do our 5x5. Okay. We're going to do our 5x5 this week. Everybody, we're going to post it. We're going to do that, and we're going to reach out to some people. We're going to have some joint conversations. We're going to get some parties booked. I even talked to Michelle. We're going to pick a date. We can talk about this. We can stop the recording in a little bit and talk about a date when we want to go live in the group and do a booking blitz. And it could just be, you know, just having conversation, or we could just have like a little, just a live and talk about what you want to post just to get parties and stuff like that. But we want to help you guys fill your calendars up for November and December. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But don't just be an order taker, okay? You have to think bigger than that. So you could just say, okay, yes, let me get that 6-pack of bars that you want. But no, turn that into a party. Why don't we try to get that for free for you? Let's do this, or have us little sniff sessions, or let me give you a bag party to hand out, you know, people, it's ball season, it's football season, or whatever. Kids are playing sports, or, you know, whatever, all these little fairs and events. It's a good time to get people out of there, get out to people, and turn these customers into teamies. Okay. So don't just collect the order, ask them. I remember, what was it, Michelle? It used to be join, host, buy. No, buy, host, join, right?
Host,
and
join.
then we flipped it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we flipped it because you can always still collect the order. So if you ask them to join, you know, that's like, oh, you know, before that's like the big thing. Go and hit them with, would you want to join? They say no. All right, what about hosting? And then you're kind of going down. All right, well, I'll still just get your order. Okay. So we flipped that a few years ago. So snap and show, share us your pictures of your 5x4 this week when you're doing it. Okay. We can start tomorrow or start next week, whenever you want to do it. And then, let's see who can get 3 bookings and show us in there. Show us your calendars, show us your planner, show us your digital calendar, whatever you're using, and let us know. I want y'all to be interactive in the Letter to Lead group. Okay. Let's see. Who wants somebody? All right, there you go. That's what I do, especially a lot of times if I don't have, you know, because we have lunches every Monday. And if it's a bunch of LTOs and I don't have enough to place a bulk order, a bulk party order, I'm just going to do links and let them order themselves, and they can share that link and share it with their friends and family. You know, it can stay open up to 90 days max. And then when we close it out, personal shopping links are perfect. So that's great. Yep, that's always, I love doing that. Let's see. Try to make sure I don't have anything to add on this one. So share your conversations. I know somebody, when we first started in the chat, how 2 possible teamies tomorrow. So we want to see what conversations you're having. Share in the group and let us know how you're talking to them, and how it goes, because we want to help you guys and we want to cheer you guys on. So does anybody have any questions on what we talked about tonight, about the 5x5, having conversations, or planning, any of that? Comment, you can unmute.
And remember that 5x5 is a daily thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 5 tasks. It's not like get 5 people to name, 5 people to join, 5 people to do this. It's one of each of the 5 items every day. Okay. One of each of those 5 items. 1 post a day about a product. 1 conversation that you're having about joining, one conversation you're having about hosting. It's only one of those a day. And what that's going to do is it's going to in turn build those numbers up for you that you're hitting on every key aspect that you need for your business. And it, you know, those are going to, you can go back and look at them. That's why I said, if you got a notebook or something, you can flip back and say, well, 2 weeks ago, I talked to Anna and Anna said she wasn't really ready to host a party right now, but maybe in November. Well, go over to November and write her name down in November so that you know to go back and talk to her, because she said she might be ready to do that in November. So it's a really good idea to keep it up every day, and just 5 items. It's not going to take you very long to do those 5 items. And if you do it consistently, like Anna said, you're going to see a shift in your business, a big shift in your business.
Yep. And I mean, you're gonna create, these are good habits, good habits. And you have bad habits and you have good habits, and you do this enough and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, well, I've done all this, and then, you know, you've done it consistently, and then you can add something else and do something more. You can start going live more or unboxing or whatever. But once you get in the habit of doing this for a few weeks, you're going to be like, well, that's not really that hard. And look at the relationships that you have built. I guarantee you, I think you should challenge yourself to at least do a whole solid month of this 5x5. And I'm going to do it myself, get back in it because I did it last year. It's going to change. You're going to see a difference. You're going to create relationships because you're talking to people, multiple people every single day. So you're going to see a difference.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's right, Nikki. That's right. That tree. Yep. Everybody likes that tree.
Right. That tree is everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that tree is going to go on back order.
Yeah, we got to be up. We're gonna have to be up at 3 a.m.
We are. Any questions? Anybody have any questions so far? Anybody have any questions about your teamies or getting teamies, or how's it going for you? Remember, this is for you guys. This is, I mean, this is for us, but it's not really for us. It's for you guys. And this page that we did is for you guys. We want you to use this page and be like, you know, just something that you can bounce ideas off of each other and see how everybody's doing, and just accountability. That's what we want this to be. So any questions before we stop recording?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.